It's a pretty frigid December day in our nation's capital. We got our space heaters on full blast up in the booth at FedEx Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Washington football team. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Now a play fake here on first down. He'll get that complete to Albert O. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. That catch good for only a couple.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
And he takes this all the way down to the Bears' 34. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Antonio Gibson, the intended target. And it's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Tyreek Hill, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead.
Washington 7, Bears nothing. Brett Maher is set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Maher to kick it away. Fielded right around the 8. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Taken down back at the 20-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you run into big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
At the 36-yard line.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On first down, Gibson. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on first and 10. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
On second and 12, Jackson. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 20 on the year. And Washington going to add on to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure to just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Fielded right around the 8. Oh, nice move. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up first and 10. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and
8. Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. A gain of 6 yards.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on third down. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a first and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he'll complete this to Gibson. Not much there, only a yard.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
To throw again on second down, Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender. From there, he doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And that one makes it 14-7. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Bears 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will make it into the end zone. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Back to the air, Jackson following the pick six. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Robert Quinn in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson going deep for Hill. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. They go play action with Jackson. Open man is Ross, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down.
At the 24-yard line.
Eddie Jackson with a tackle. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes this Washington 21. Bears 7.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
First down.
They'll look to throw here. Got a man. It's Patterson, complete. And he works free. Past the 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. And that one results in 35 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
A great move, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Flush to his right. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw again. Steps away to his left. Strong coverage by Washington. And now 4th down.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It's a gain of 6 there on first.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 49-yard line.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now the second down throw on target. Sheds off the tackle. Breaks the tackle. Now an alley. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Brett Maher is set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Maher to kick it away. Taken from about the 12. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals. as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair.
It got his man complete. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are able to show off their quick strike ability. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now.
Makes this Washington 28, Bears 17.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked out officially at the 21.
21-yard line.
They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. From the gun, Jackson. Got a man open, it's Ross. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
25 more yards.
A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Washington, first down.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Tyreek Hill, his 21st touchdown of the season. And Washington going to add on to their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Bears 17. Set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And this carries into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1 play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your play.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. Unfortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Seven yards on the return after a punt of 39. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They'll run on 1st down. It's Gibson. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 54 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Brett Maher is set to kick off.
The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. Takes it at the 7. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 32-yard line.
Escaping the pressure right. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. Oh, my goodness. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Tyreek Hill Touchdown number 22 on the season.
And Washington able to capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Makes this Washington 45. Bears 17. Brett Maher is set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Maher to kick it away.
Takes it at the 7. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. On 2nd down, it's Patterson. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
It's a gain of 8. And it brings up 3rd down.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Montez Sweat in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Defensively, they were all over that. When he decided to keep it, there were a lot of eyes just darted on him.
I wonder if he followed the progressions properly there. I think maybe he really wanted to run with the football. Turned out not to be the correct decision.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away.
Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Up 2nd and 3 at their 48-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Jackson. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. And now it's 3rd down. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And down right around the 37.
That's good.
They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington first down.
That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he...
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. eluding the pressure right. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And this will be caught at the 30. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
First down, Chicago.
Motion, check. Shift.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Brandon Ayuk, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up second down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down.
Third down.
And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Call it a gain of 5. Fourth down now.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth.
Here we go, D. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now at FedEx Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Now, this game is all but over after that last fourth down stop. The only question left, will they play conservative and run the clock or try to pour some salt in the wound? And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
At the 25.
Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now second down. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The Bears on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. A shotgun handoff to Patterson. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
Once more, they turn to Patterson. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because it had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
9 at the 12-yard line.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. The CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So into Bear territory now. This is first and 10 at the 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Jackson. That one complete to Hill. 7 yards to pick up there. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
At the 14-yard line.
Jackson on first down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
And that is incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, where our booth is here, we can see all of the writers to our left, and their post-game stories, Charles, they have been filed for some time because this game, boy, is it lopsided.
Yeah, we can see our guy Scoop. He's even got his fedora tipped over his face. I think he's taking a nap now. Nothing left to write for him, but how gratifying has it been for them to see what they've done in practice and carry it into a game and see the execution be so good. They've got to feel fantastic about what they've accomplished in this one.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
29-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
5 brings up 2nd down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Bears, 1st down.
Tight is right. What's tight? Tight is right. Hey, 4th down. Even.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Cordero Patterson, the one he was hoping to get it to. And now it's 2nd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
shoot this side. We got three.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Montez Sweat racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
But he will be stopped behind the line as he will not come close to the marker.
52.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Washington, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week